The deadline is officially less than 24 hours away. So, Brian, what do you think is the biggest storyline as we get closer?
The team that I'm watching the closest is the LA Clippers, because while they may not make a blockbuster trade, they are in position to make a move, maybe even multiple moves that could really affect the outcome of the NBA championship, which is what we're all chasing.
Absolutely.
Here. And compounding on that, they are going up against the Lakers for some of these players who they are going up against in the Western Conference to maybe win the championship. So, like, for example, you've got the Clippers and the Lakers going after Marcus Morris. Both of them have talked to the Knicks. Not only are they competing for that trade, they're competing to keep the other guy from the other player. I mean, I realize this isn't like Kawhi, keeping Kawhi away from the Lakers, but one of the reasons why the Clippers want to get Marcus Morris is so the Lakers cannot have them. So this LA, and by the way, we're going to have another round of this in the next couple of weeks because of the buyout market, because the Clippers and Lakers are going to go after the same players. So the LA versus LA action in this trade deadline, to me, is very important. And I think the Clippers could potentially significantly improve their team if they want to push all their chips in. And I've got a feeling they might do that. Do you think
Marcus Morris could help the Clippers?
I do. It just depends on what are you giving up. To me, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Mo Harkless. He reminds me of a James Posey from my 08 team. He does all the things that you need him to do defensively.
That's high praise. Posey was huge on that team.
I know, and if you ask anybody in the Clippers locker room, they feel the same way about Mo Harkless. And even Doc told me this. So, you know, I just feel like he's shooting the corner three. He's doing what you need him to do. It depends on what you're giving up to get him, in my opinion. Because right now, it's not like you need scoring. And that's what the Morris trend brings is scoring. You got 4 guys that's capable of going out there and get you 20 a night. You know, my biggest storyline, in my opinion, I'm watching, I want to see what the 76ers are going to do, if they're going to do anything, because remember last year they kept quiet. And then all of a sudden they had like these big moves at the last. And right now when you're watching this 76er team, they look dysfunctional. They look like they don't enjoy playing with one another, and they look like they're missing a few pieces.
Well, let me say something about the Sixers. They've got their own little drama going on.
Yes, they do.
Because they are looking for bench shooting. So are the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks and Sixers are going after some of the same players, and the Bucks have more ammunition. So again, sometimes it can be more than just about. There can be multiple layers. With the Clippers, one name I'd want to watch out for, just as a maybe, would be Aaron Baines from the Phoenix Suns. If the Phoenix Suns are willing to sell Baines, the Clippers are looking for some size. And while Marcus Morris will give them a lot of things, when you're looking about the Lakers, you got to worry about size. We saw last night the Spurs got killed by the Lakers' size. So watch for a move for a center that can stretch the floor a little bit as well from the Clippers.
Well, can I ask y'all a question? What do you guys, Rachel, what do you feel about it, and Brian, you too, about maybe the Clippers pursuing Tristan Thompson?
I don't think so, and here's why. First off, he makes $18 million, and it's a hard trade.
Hard match.
Okay.
Secondly, they have 2 centers right now that cannot stretch the floor. Vicia Zubac and Montrezl Harrell.
Aaron Baines can knock down that 3 when you need him to.
He's a good defender, good rebounder. So I don't know if they can pull it off, but in addition to Marcus Morris, just keep a little side eye on Aaron Baines.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you mentioned about Philadelphia. We got some wide eyes in Philadelphia today. Al Horford made a comment to reporters acknowledging, he said, we have some internal issues in our locker room we need to work out. And then he said, but we're going to keep that inside the locker room.
Too late.
It's kind of one of those like, but obviously, look, you just watch them on the floor, and it's obvious that there is something going on. To me, they're one of the biggest need teams going into the deadline. They need more shooting. What do we always say about Philadelphia? I feel like for 3 years now, I've said, well, you know, Philadelphia, they need more shooting, but they keep putting themselves into that position, and they obviously need some sort of chemistry shake-up there as well. Last year, you mentioned it, on the trade deadline in the final hour, we got that arms race, remember, between the 3 teams. We got Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Toronto, all making those last-minute domino deals trying to one-up each other. And it was the Raptors' acquisition of Marc Gasol that obviously helped push them over to the edge. Kawhi Leonard also helping, too. But it'll be interesting to see if that happens in the East or the West. I want to say with the Knicks, you're talking about who gets Marcus Morris. If I'm the Knicks, and who knows? I want to say who knows who's in charge. Scott Perry is obviously the one who's running the show there right now, but who knows for how long. I'm holding that against each LA team, right? Aren't you trying to match them off against each other?
Yeah, so the challenge here is the Knicks the offers are somewhat transparent. Maurice Harkless and the Clippers' first-round pick this year seems to be the type of deal they're offering for Marcus Morris. The Lakers can offer deals center around Kyle Kuzma. So you have a young player versus a draft pick. The Lakers deal is a little bit sweeter. Then, so the Clippers, what else can they do? Can they sweeten the pot with a guy like maybe Landry Shamet? Not if you're intending to use Landry Shamet to try to go get Aaron Baines.
Right.
So definitely the Lakers and Clippers are, without question, eyeing each other right now as phone calls from LA go to New York. The question is whether Marcus Morris is actually a type of player that can push you over the top against each other, but it's just a threat.
Right.
It causes the tension.
Right, and you drive up the price with one team saying, well, I guess I'm so sorry, Clippers, I'm about to call the Lakers, I'll call you back, that sort of thing. And it is a juggle for Scott Perry. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.